All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Football Unfiltered. I'm your host called Philip. Tonight, I have my co-host Alain Levier. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Coach. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing really well, man. I had a birthday this past week, so I'm feeling a little bit wiser.
Oh, likewise, likewise.
Yeah, that's good, man. So we have a packed show tonight. We'll be talking about, obviously our beloved country, Haiti. They road to the World Cup. And then we're gonna touch base a little bit. We're gonna come to the MLS and talk about, Mascherano, the Inter Miami experiment. Then one thing I feel like it's very important in soccer is the parity that we see right now, the parity problem in world football, especially when you're looking at different leagues such as La Liga and the French league, etc. And also, best thing, Champions League is back. So we had a first Champions League week. So we're gonna talk a little bit about it. But before I get started and talk about soccer and football, how we call it, I want to talk about a little bit about American football. I want to give a shout out to the Miami Hurricane. Now they jumped to number 2 now in the AP. Hey, the boys, is the U back, Ale?
It looks like it. It looks like it. I think there's a lot of great players on that team. I'm impressed so far. They've been very impressive, and I'm gonna give some shout out to my nose, FSU. I think we're still moving forward here. So I'm not sure where they fall so far. Are they six or number four? Where are they?
Uh, I, I don't know where they fall, but they looking good.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks, Miami is going to Tallahassee to play him on October 4th. So can't wait. That's
That's
gonna
gonna
be
be
a
a
good.
big game. That's gonna be the game of the year, man. That's gonna be a great game.
That's gonna be a
So
great game.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait. But like we talk about it, Haïti jouer 2 semaines de cela contre Costa Rica. Donc nous finissons avec 2 matchs nuls. Premier match nul, là, nous fait contre Honduras. Qu'on y a, nous joué avec deuxième match, nous joué avec Costa Rica. Donc nous avons 2 points là. Donc, soit penser chance nous pour nous aller dans la Coupe du Monde là.
Bon, je pense que Haïti a une pile chance à la Coupe du Monde là. Et moi, je pense que sur 6 matchs qui étaient, il faut Haïti gagne au moins 4 matchs. Comme si il y a au moins 4 matchs pour le gagner. S'il y a 5 matchs, nous devons être. Comme ça, là. Donc, je pense que nous ratons l'opportunité et pour nous caler le premier match, nous avons match 0-0. Et deuxième match contre Costa Rica, nous avons mené sous nous 2-0. Nous venons égaliser, nous venons lead, malheureusement, nous finissons à 3-3. Et pas c'est l'autre opportunité pour nous caler, mais nous tellement pas penser que nous avons caler le match ça. Donc, le fait que nous venons réaliser que nous avons un résultat, je pense que Grenadier est hyper motivé et pour jouer encore plus bien. Et je pense que PA avec eux, tout haïtien qui est en Haïti qui est l'autre bord de l'eau, je pense que ils sont doublement motivés. Et pour supporter l'équipe là, je pense que si nous avons vraiment gagné 4 matchs sur 6 qui étaient, nous allons le mondial là pour la deuxième fois de l'histoire du pays.
Yeah, c'est ça tout. Surtout prochain match, on a joué contre Nicaragua. Jusqu'à présent, Nicaragua a 0. Non, non, non. Nicaragua a 1 point. Parce que yo te fait match nul avec Costa Rica et puis yo perdu deuxième match face à Honduras. Donc, ça veut dire qu'il y a 1 point. Donc, ça veut dire que si nous match ça, nous supposons gagner match ça. Si nous gagnons match ça, bon, pour moun kap gade nous là, comment et format est. Donc, équipe qui finit et gagner 3 groupes dans CONCACAF la kounya, et puis il y a 3 équipes qui finissent premier yo vont automatiquement dans le mondial là. Et puis après 2 deuxième yo, 2 meilleurs deuxième yo vont le match de barrage pour y aller dans la Coupe du Monde là. Donc, j'en t'ai dit aller, depuis nous battre match, nous finissons premier. J'en dis là devant net. Euh, devant net là, n'a qualifié automatiquement. Et nous pensons que ça sont une belle occasion pour Haïti là, spécialement avec un pile diaspora qui est aux États-Unis. Nous pensons que avec Haïti, si Haïti qualifié pour la Coupe du Monde là, N'a gen an pil moun vin supporter Haiti. I mean, I'll be the number one try to catch a game. And j'aime da di, am da son experience ke mda reme fè avè pitit mwen. Bon, yisit la pou man lan match Haiti ansama avè yo tou. Donc, avè di ke ti monsye Grenadier yo, nou net. Et puis, nou gon joueur la ki important la tou ki nan semen nan la, ki va jouer pour Haiti la. Monsye tap jouer en Angleterre. Donc, nou tap gade non, monsye, mbliye non, monsye. But, de tout façon,
Bellegarde.
Well, good. Yeah. Monsieur, on bel joueur boule. Donc, avait dit que ça sont bon, on belle nouvelle liée pour nous. Si monsieur a joué pour les monsieur a joué pour sélection. Donc, avait dit que nous t'a souhaité que monsieur intègre rapidement dans l'équipe là. Et puis, monsieur joue bien pour nous. Et puis, qu'on y a, monsieur capable et nous, pour mener nous dans la Coupe du Monde là, man.
M'espérer ça, un pile vibe positif pour pays et un pile support pour Grenadier. Et j'en dis un coach et nèg yo ka fait l'histoire et ça pour fierté pour tout papa petit, tout maman petite et m'bat gain expérience ouais sélection 74 là et c'est sous TNH que me déconne ouais et match ça qu'on a passé chaque World Cup yo toujours passé même goal Monosano yo toujours passé passe Philippe Voblan goal de Monosano d'ailleurs que fois ça que nous ka gagné de l'autre passe à de l'autre goal qui a fait si nous make it et puis gagné l'autre musique qui fait tout pour sélection 2026 là donc n'attend ça.
Ou quoi et Coupe du Monde 74 c'est pas le premier Coupe du Monde que yo transmettent et en couleur en Haïti. C'est nous qui monde qui connaît.
Non, m'pot ko fait, c'est ou même qui a dit pour sauter là déjà même
stop it, man.
I don't know.
Il y a trivia, man. Come on, man. En tout cas, si gon moun qui connaît ça, kap gade nou kounya et pour le mettre et drop a comment for us. Est-ce que Coupe du Monde 74 c'est premier Coupe du Monde été diffusé en couleur en Haïti? En tout cas, t'as souhaité que nous 2026 parce que t'as une belle victoire pour le pays parce que j'en dis là tout papa petit donc avait dit ce sont belles expériences pour papa ou même pour y là pour avec petit papa pour nous capable dire comme ça que en 2026 Haïti a la Coupe du Monde et puis qu'on va nous Coupe du Monde là. En tout cas, let's keep praying about it and hopefully that happens. All right, Alain, one of the things that I believe that, we've been talking a lot about, a little segue in the MLS. I know we've been talking about Inter Miami. You love to talk about, Messi at Inter Miami, but, we're not gonna talk specifically about Messi. But a couple weeks ago, obviously they lost in the leagues when they lost against Seattle 3-0, and then they also lost to Charlotte 3-0. But the last two games they've been playing really well. Actually, they play against Seattle again in the MLS. They beat Seattle 3-1, and last night they played DC and they beat DC 3-2. But I think the reason we're talking about it is the inconsistency about Inter Miami. And obviously, they have a new coach and Javier Mascherano as the first year coach. So when you're looking at Miami in general, the Inter Miami in general, how would you rate Mascherano as the first year coach? Do you think it's a fair experiment, or what's your thoughts?
Well, to be fair to Mascherano, he's managing a tough team, right, in a tough city, and he's managing one of the most popular player in the world, right, which is Messi.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the expectations are quite high when it comes to Inter Miami and what the public wants to see. I know he hasn't won anything major yet with the club. He only started back in November of 2024. Compared to Tata Martino, who has won the 2023 Leagues Cup, he hasn't won anything yet. So I think we need to give him time to see what he does over the next couple of years. I don't want to say today that it's a failed experiment. I think the team is doing the best that they can with the players that they have. We're seeing
Mhm.
players coming in and coming out. He's trying to find the right mix of players, trying to build that chemistry around Messi,
Yeah.
of course, to get the results. So I will say, like so far, I will say he's average, right? He's an average coach trying to get to win a major trophy with the club. So I'm going to give him some time and see how he does.
So, obviously, you watch Mascherano play for both Barcelona and Argentina. When he was playing. So, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the Mascherano? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I think was he not a defender?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, that's what I thought. I think he was a strong defender. He was in the back. I remember him. He was a good player, man. He was. It was like I feel like when seeing him play, he was very confident in the back.
Mhm.
He was solid.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of trust and put in him to make sure that the defense ran smoothly. So he was an overall good player. I was shocked to see him in a coaching position because I didn't know that he had a coaching background
Uh,
personally, and I didn't know how the selection process how did it work for Inter Miami, how he was selected to become the coach. But I never saw him as an offensive player. I know he wasn't
mhm.
a striker, so I
Right.
still don't understand how he ended up being the coach for Inter Miami.
So he before he came to Miami, he was coaching the U20
Okay,
Argentina national team. As a matter of fact, he coached the Olympic team for Argentina in
that's
the
true.
last Olympic. Yeah, you're right. The first thing you heard, the first thing you remember about Mascherano, it's defense, right? So, uh, that's who he was. He was the chief of the defense. He was the one that kept everything, especially when you remember the 2014 World Cup, the World Cup that he played in 2014 for Argentina. It was exactly what Argentina wanted, in the defense. So it's ironic when you watch Inter Miami. The if you think about how the weakness, the one of the big witnesses of Miami is their defense. So you thought that somebody that made a career by being a great defender, a great tackler. So you thought as a coach, he would make defense his priority, especially when you have guys on front that knows how to get goals, a la Messi, Suarez, and so on. So you thought that his expertise as a defender would be focusing on the defense. And when you think about it, one of Achilles' heel of Inter Miami is the defense. So it's ironic that a guy that was known for being very defensive minded, being a great defender, now he has a team and the team cannot defend. And the team cannot defend, so it's very ironic. Uh, so what's your take on? So now they're not gonna win the League Cup. I don't think they're gonna win. What you call that one? Uh, I'm blanking out. So
The
so
MLS Cup,
the MLS Cup, it's what's next, but uh, there's a
the
cup that
U.S. Open Cup final, the U.S.
no,
Open
that
Cup.
U.S. Open Cup final. It's the supporter shield. Like if you have
Okay.
the best record during the regular season, so you win the supporter field. So I don't think they're gonna win that one this year based on where they are in the ranking. But they're still gonna qualify to the playoff. I think the win that the last two wins kind of help them, so it would qualify for the playoff. So now they can win the MLS Cup. So do you think Mascherano and Messi gonna finish the year trophyless?
I don't want to say they're gonna finish the year trophyless because soccer, you gotta show up, you have to play the game. We all know this, right? I there's you have Messi on the field. Messi has experience. He's skillful. You gotta give him credit for the type of player that he is. I think Mascherano has also some very talented players on his team. He brought some additional Argentinians on the team to kind of help support Messi. So
Mm-hmm.
I think if he can improve his defensive game, to your point, right? If they can lock down on defense, they could actually win and improve the outcome. That's what I will say. I think offensive wise, they have Messi. Messi knows what he's doing. He knows the game. He's experienced. I think if they can fix their defense and control, you know, control the defense. That's what it is. Don't take
Yeah.
goals, right? Then
Yeah.
they can potentially win something. So I'm gonna be optimistic. I want to be cautiously optimistic. And because you have Messi, it's better to have him with you than have him against you. Let me
Yep.
just leave it at that.
Good. I'm glad that you say that. So one of the thing that I really like about the MLS, like you said, even though Inter Miami has the likes of Messi and Suarez and Busquets and Jordi Alba, it doesn't guarantee. I mean, even Rodrigo de Paul, right? So it doesn't guarantee them to win games all the time. So one thing I really like about the MLS, it's there's a lot of parity. When you're looking at leagues like La Liga, the La Liga, the Bundesliga, the French La Ligue 1, right? Uh,
Mhm.
I mean, there's no parity on those leagues. I mean, La Liga is between Barcelona and you know uh, and Real Madrid, right? The Bundesliga, Bayern's been winning for the last, I don't remember. It's always Bayern. If you're looking at Portugal, always Benfica, right? Because the reason is it's always the same teams from those countries that go to the Champions League. EPL is probably the most balanced league in Europe, but when you're looking at the rest of the leagues, it's very one-sided. So do you feel like there's a parity problem in world football right now?
Of course, there is a parity problem um, across no, across the globe when it comes to soccer. To be honestly, and I think it's pretty much market driven. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. The clubs with the most financial backbones or financial
Mhm.
strength are able to acquire the best players in the world. You started seeing that with Saudi Arabia, right?
Yep.
They're starting to build their leagues by again acquiring the best players in Europe. That doesn't mean that they have the best league today, but if they continue with the strategy, they might end up becoming very competitive across world football. We saw that in the World Cup club soccer, right? This year, they didn't win the tournament, but I think they did a decent job. They showed up, they played, some of their teams. So yes, I totally agree. I think why you're not seeing this in the U.S. today is because I feel like um, the competition is kind of balanced because I don't think the revenue streams are there yet. But the moment that you start seeing clubs dominating financially, you're gonna
Mhm.
start seeing the same kind of trends, unless the U.S. Soccer Federation creates some bylaws or some guidelines to prevent this from happening. And
Right.
that's the main difference with the US and Europe.
Yeah, I think the difference with the US is the MLS kind of control the contracts, of the players. So it looks like, yeah, they might be playing for Miami, but they're like the property of the MLS. And because of that, I think the MLS have a better uh understanding on how to get things going, whereas country like Spain, it's all about the clubs. You're absolutely right. The clubs with the most money, with the most financial strength, have the tendency to have all the best players. But the thing is, I was talking to one of my friends. When you think about La Liga, the only time you watch a game, it's either when Barcelona is playing or Real Madrid is playing, or they play themselves. But when you think about, I mean, when you think about the other games, I mean, would you spend the day and watch Osasuna play Valencia? I mean, unless you unless you're from there. I mean, nobody. I mean, I'm talking about the casual fan. They don't really care about those games, right? So, and I
Right.
think that's the problem. They need to find a way, because I remember back in the days, Valencia used to be a great team. Villarreal used to be had some great players. Uh, it's so many teams we can talk about now. Even what you call that? Atletico Madrid. Even Atletico Madrid right now is struggling, but it just I think La Liga need to find a way to kind of balance things out. I mean, that Bundesliga, they have to do something. I mean, the league has been controlled by Bayern for the last decade. They need to find a way to kind of make it a little bit more competitive. So,
There's a way to do it, coach. They just have to adopt the system that professional sports in America have been doing for decades. You have your
mhm,
draft and you have your market cap, right? You see that in the NFL, you see that in the NBA, right? All
yeah,
the teams have the ability to draft the best players, and then you have certain amount of dollars that you can pay,
mhm,
based on your market and everything else. So that's what recently with the NBA, you've been seeing a lot of different teams winning the tournament. You're
yeah,
not seeing a lot of back-to-back teams winning every year like it used to be back in the 90s, right? When we were
yeah,
growing up. So I think maybe that's what needs to happen in Germany, it needs to happen in France, in England. Maybe you have a fairly distributed model of talent, and also establishing um, spending patterns or spending limits or caps, salary caps, I would say. Maybe
mhm.
you start doing those types of financial, you start instilling those guidelines. Maybe you're going to start improving the likelihood that you're going to have like other teams, Crystal Palace or Sunderland or Fulham winning different things across, I would say.
Yeah, I think the EPL has done a better job. I would say the EPL has done the best job. So, like for instance, on any given Saturday, I don't need to watch Man City or Liverpool or
Chelsea.
uh, Chelsea or Arsenal to be entertained. I can look at any other games, and then it's very entertaining and it's very competitive. It just the other leagues, unless you have a big name, I have no interest whatsoever to
So,
watch those guys unless it's like a classical. And they have some great players. I mean, when you're looking at the national team, they have some great players. I mean, France has one of the best team in the world, but everybody's playing at PSG, right? So, um,
Monaco is the second team, I think, right now.
yeah, but you're right. I think, I mean, they have the FIFA financial fair play, uh, but I think they put it mostly in the Champions League and the big leagues. But I don't know how they at the league, the national league, control it a little bit better. But yeah, it's the team that have the most financial power as the best players, and we got to make it a little bit funner, right? Right now, it's just like it's some leagues is always the same team that wins it every year. So speaking of that, uh, the Champions League is back, right? So what's your take on your first week of the Champions League?
I mean, it's early. I mean, it's early, coach. I mean, we know it's going to be a long season. I think we have like 36 teams, right, overall, in this new format. Um, I think there are high expectations for the same top teams. I will say Bayern. You cannot eliminate Real Madrid in this conversation, and Barcelona, of course. You have those groups. PSG, I think, has a lot to prove again this year. They're the defending champs, right? So they need to come and show that there was a fluke last summer when they lost the final at the Club World Cup. So that's what I think. I think it's gonna be a quite interesting. I hope to see Chelsea show up. I mean, they wanted they beat PSG, so I want to see what they're going to do this year, and hopefully AC Milan will prove me wrong, because you have Pulisic. Actually, he's one of the best scorers right now in Italy, so I was kind of shocked to see that. Honestly, I didn't expect to see his name at the top of the charts, but apparently he scored 3 or 4 goals so far. So we'll see. So there's a lot of soccer to be played. I don't want to assume that PSG is going to win it all. I just want to
Mhm.
see more. I think I think I think Mbappe is also making an impression um, in Spain. So we'll see. We'll see. How about yourself? What do you think?
Uh, Actually, Chelsea lost their first game and got killed in the first game of the Champions League. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's too early to tell. I mean, this is September, right? So it's
Yeah.
a lot of football to be played. You have injuries, you have so many things. You got, people, they just go, they like players, some players on good form, and sometimes they got dip in their form. So we'll see. I mean, I think just the idea of the Champions League, it's fascinating. The fact that the Champions League is back. I mean, as football fan, we love it. But you're right. I mean, right now it's too early in the ball game. We just want to see some great football. We just want to see some teams that are gonna surprise us because uh, one thing that we see is the Champions League. There's no parity in the Champions League either. So it's always the same teams that get to the round of 16, the
Yep.
quarterfinals. There's no really Cinderella story when it comes to the Champions League. But obviously the new format, you get to watch teams that you would never watch, right? Because you're not interested in those leagues. But I think now because they're playing against bigger teams like the Real Madrid, so you would actually sit down and watch them. So I think you talk about it from a financial standpoint that extending to more teams, it's good. It's good for business, right? Because you got teams that they don't have a lot of people. They probably have 20,000 seats. And now they get to host big clubs like Real Madrid or Barcelona. So I think from a financial standpoint, I mean, it's funny that you see those teams. I mean, usually if you draw some of those teams, you'll be like, oh my god, now I got to play the Barcelona and Real Madrid. When those guys look like they draw those teams, it's like a celebration. They're so happy that they get to play, especially when they get to host them, when they get to play it at home. You see the joy in those guys' faces, and you're like, yes, we get to play Barcelona and Real Madrid. So it's amazing. It's just like watching what you call that, March Madness, right? When those teams get in the tournament and they get so happy that they get to dance. They get to go to the big dance. So, yeah, I'm excited. That's when you say that football is back, when the Champions League is back, right? So,
But
we can
One thing
wait.
I
So,
want to one thing I want to add to this because you were talking about Barcelona and finances and those big teams. So just to make my point earlier, I was not going to bring it up, but I'm going to bring this up since you opened that door. Did
yeah,
Did you know that Messi literally bankrupt Barcelona because they were paying him excessive amount of money just to keep him as a player? Did you know that? Do you remember that?
no,
That's
I
why
was
he got. That's why he left the club and had to go to PSG, and now he's long story short. But that's what I'm talking. How was that allowed? How was a club allowed to keep financing and pay a player over $1 billion, right? Just to keep him, while you have another club in the same division who doesn't have those resources and can't even attract players. So that's
right.
just that these are the types of imbalances that we're talking about, right? You have those key clubs because it's Barcelona, because it's Real Madrid, they can get away with stuff like that, which I think it's illegal. And that's honestly unfair
Mhm.
competition. I don't think this would have been allowed here in the States if those teams were here. So I think those are the kind of things that we need to change across soccer globally if we
Yeah.
want to create a sense of a parity, like you mentioned earlier.
No, actually, if we want to go back to that, is I think it was on Barcelona to do that, right? It was strictly on the club to pay. I think what happened with Messi was because obviously, I mean, Messi deserved every dollar that Barcelona gave him. I mean,
Oh my
Messi, but
God.
hold on. Hey, come on, man.
Okay.
Messi
It's
deserved
water right away.
Messi deserved every dollar that he got from Barcelona. I think the problem happened with Barcelona was because of Messi's salary, they felt like they had to pay, the PKs and the Jody Alba of the world and the Busquets of the world more money. So that's what got him into. That's what got him in trouble. So now what they were saying is, like, for instance, I don't know the numbers. So let's say that they were paying Messi $30 million, but because of that, they were paying Jordi Alba 15 million. They were paying Busquets 10 millions, 20, and then they were paying PK 20 millions. So that's the problem. It's just like now they felt like they had to keep paying those guys high dollars because that's what you're saying. I can't pay this guy 50 million and I'm paying everybody else 1 million or 2 millions or 3 millions. But those guys did not deserve that kind of money because when you're looking at the market value, no, when you think about it, when you're looking at their market value was not that high. That market value it was not that high. So it was just like they were carry a lot of high salary in the team. So that's why people like PK he had to retire before his contract was up. That's why they did not renew with Jody Alba. That's why they did not renew Busquets. That's why all those guys ended up coming to the States. That's why they had to let Suarez go. To what you call that? Atletico Madrid. So that was the problem. Is not even Messi because of Messi, they were carrying really really big salaries in Barcelona. That's why the team went bankrupt. But when you think about it, the financial what Barcelona brought with Messi, with selling jersey sales and people coming. I mean, the Camp Nou was packed every time. Barcelona was playing because a lot of people there. A lot of people were coming from all over the world to watch Messi. So, to your point, I think that I think one thing that you don't see in the US, I mean, think about it. Messi is making a lot of money in Inter Miami compared to the other guys in the team. So, and like I said, I'm not throwing numbers, but it's not comparable what Messi is making as the designated player compared to the other guys in the team. So, I mean, if you're looking at Messi's salary compared to even Jody Harbaugh, it's not even close. It's not even close. So, but I got to tell you something. Messi, with everything he brings to the game, is the only player that get that. I mean, when you're looking at the market value of players now, Messi end up going to all the team that he plays for free. Like Barcelona, Barcelona never had to pay anything to get him. I mean, he would just he grew up from La Masia. PSG did not pay a transfer fee for him because he was a free agent. So he got in. I mean, so he was a free agent. They just give him a straight salary. They didn't have to pay Barcelona and Inter Miami did not have to pay a transfer fee for Messi because Messi was a free agent. So when you're looking at somebody like Neymar make PSG had to pay like $275 million for Neymar on a transfer fee. So when you think about it, for what he did for soccer, all the team he played for, they end up getting him for free, and that is not ironic.
I'm not even gonna answer that question, man. I mean,
Don't you
I
think?
mean,
Don't you think
honestly,
that's ironic?
if you're trying to make an argument that all those clubs got Messi for nothing, because they didn't have to pay a transfer fee, I think your arguments fall short. The number one rule in finance, sir, in case you didn't know, and I'm sure you know that because you're a businessman, there are no free lunches, right? There are no free lunches. So maybe they didn't have to pay a transfer fee, but Messi again nearly bankrupt Barcelona after his entire how many years did he play for Barcelona? Like 15 years? How many years total?
Uh, so his first year was 2007. Was it 2007 or 2008? 2007. And then he left the club in 2021, 2020.
So nearly 15 years, right?
Yeah,
Almost
yeah,
almost 15 years. So in spite of all the jersey sales, the crowds, all the PR, they were still about to file for bankruptcy, right? So I don't want to talk about an accounting entry, transfer fees, when you and I both know that Messi may not be getting, you know, a salary like you're calling it or a fee, but he's still getting a lot of privileges. His package is very costly. Messi is costing the MLS a lot of money,
yeah,
but again, the MLS has a lot more to gain. It's an investment. So I think it's a business deal. I think it's a
yeah.
business deal that's going to mutually benefit both the MLS, American soccer, and Messi, which is he has earned the right to, right? He won the World Cup. He's one of the best players in the world. I'm not hating on him at all. I think that's well deserved. But let's make sure that the audience understands that you know to acquire Messi, you're gonna need to have some money out there. You're gonna have to pay him. It's not a free transaction.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is, Ale, I think you make it about Messi. I mean, obviously, Messi is a
I am making
player.
about Messi.
No, no,
I
no,
am
no,
making
no.
about Messi.
No, you're making it about Messi. I think Messi is a player. He's a player. You have to pay him, just like any superstar. But what I'm saying is, what I would try to say is, Messi, as a club, when you want somebody, right? When you want somebody, you say, "This is my player," right? So you be like, no matter what, I'm gonna pay a fee to get that player. So when you're looking at, for instance, the reason I'm saying that Lamine Yamal market value right now, they put him at $1 billion. And I mean, it's more like a symbolic number because they want to tell teams, hey,
Stay away.
stay away. So that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, it's just like, when, like for instance, a player of that stature, everybody would love to have a player of that stature in their team. It's just like I mean, teams never make money off him. When you think about it, you say Barcelona played for 15 years. That's one of the reasons I realized with Barcelona, if you didn't have the money to pay him, why didn't you try to sell him when you could sell him and make money, right? So I think there was a misunderstanding. They thought that they would have money uh to make him stay, and then they realized they didn't have any money. That's what I'm saying. It's just like that's your biggest asset. Sell it while it's hot, right? So same thing when you're looking at it, like if we flip it, Mbappe for so long wanted to go to Real Madrid. So Real Madrid said, was good in business. They say, you know what? We wait till you become a free agent and then they get him. So that's what they did. So they wait
Uh,
for Mbappe to become a free agent, and then they got him instead of, because when you think about it, when you pay the transfer fee plus you got to pay the salary of the person, so that player might end up costing you twice than what you pay for. That's what I'm saying. So that was my point there. I was like, for as big as he is, the teams end up didn't have to pay any transfer fee for him. That's where I was coming from.
got it.
Not saying that you don't have to. He's not paying. He's not playing for free. It's not playing for free. So you still got the money to pay his salary. But for somebody like that,
Yeah.
nobody, like PSG could have sold him to somebody and make some money. But but PSG didn't got him for free.
Yeah.
So anyway, so what's your? I know it's early. Since we're talking about the Champions League, I know it's early. So what's your early prediction? Who you think gonna win?
That's a great question. I think honestly, I think Real Madrid has something to prove this year. I think Mbappe looks to be. I think he's not happy with the fact that I'm not gonna say he's not happy because PSG won last year. I think he has more to prove, not only to his PSG fan base, but to the world that okay, I left PSG and they won the following year that I left. Now I'm in the Real Madrid. I'm gonna do everything in my power to win it with them. So I feel like Real Madrid is in a very good position to make an impact. I will
Hmm.
never discount Barcelona with
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal, which I'm a big fan of. I think he has now that he's the designated driver. He's the face of the franchise. I think Lamine wants to be able to prove to the world, hey, when it comes to Spain, I'm the only sheriff in town. So he's trying also to make a statement. And I think also PSG, if Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or, that will be a great way for him to kind of show why he won it. And if he could repeat it again, that would be even more amazing for him. So I will say number one, Real Madrid. Two, Barcelona. Three, PSG.
Good. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think you're absolutely right when it comes to Real Madrid. I think when you're looking at the way Mbappe is playing right now, he got total green light from the team. He's pretty much the man. I mean, think about it. Vinicius Jr. is coming from the bench, which is crazy, crazy to me that Vinicius Jr. is coming from the bench. So that tells you that they put all the eggs in Mbappe, and then so far he's been playing well. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I think Real Madrid should be considered one of the favorites to win it. Obviously, Barcelona is playing really well right now, and they play really well without Lamine Yamal. So he's been hurt. He hasn't been playing lately. And one other thing is kind of concerning when it comes to Lama. Yeah, I mean, he's getting more publicity with what is doing off the field than what is doing
Yeah.
on the field. So again, he's young. He's 18 years old. He wants to live his life. But we've seen that movie many, many, many times, right? People
Yes.
who want to go down that path usually they end up having short career. So hopefully it's different for him, but we've seen that movie many, many times, and they all got the same ending. So we're looking at Ronaldinho, Neymar, other players when they became too famous too quick, and all they want to do is, I mean, it's not even in soccer, it's any other games. If we talk about Johnny football, Johnny Manziel in football, when those guys,
Mhm.
they became too famous too quick, and then they're not putting the time in on what they get paid for, and they got all kind of distractions, so it never ends well. So hopefully he get to his roots and understand why he's famous today is because of his soccer pedigree, and then just focus on that. But as a fan, I don't like it. I want people to be talking about you, about the things that you do, which is you're a good football player. Just keep playing football. But when you have paparazzi following you all the time, and you went in the tabloid of what you know the girls, the women that he's dating or he's talking to, which that's his private life. I have no problem, but it becomes a distraction, right? And when you think about it, even Mbappe last year, when he was going through those distraction of the field, he wasn't playing well. So you can tell that his off season was a clean off season. There was not a lot of talk. He was just focused and get ready to play. So hopefully, like I said, Lamin is only 18 years old. Hopefully, it's temporary, and then he can get back to what he does best, which is playing and make people happy. So, yeah, I agree with your ranking. I would say Real Madrid first, and I think Barcelona, obviously, the team is playing really well, and the coach got those guys dialing. I mean, Marcus Rashford. Oh my goodness! I mean, this guy. He scored two beauties on for Barcelona and his debut for Barcelona. So I mean, and I think having that kind of depth for Barcelona is great. I mean, he's a great player. Now he got to play with teams that kind of match his talent. I think that's great. Not I'm saying that Manchester United did not match his talent, but Manchester United, as you can see right now, it's going down. But now he have Barcelona the way Enzo Flick got the team playing, which is they clicking on the right, they clicking right. So I think that Barcelona is there and PSG, right? They the defending champ.
Yep.
So they got some great players. Uh, they got a great coach. So now they know how to win it. It's which always the biggest thing. You know, when you go over hurdle, that hurdle, and you be like, now I know how to win it. Now it make it a little bit easier. So anyway, but we can't wait. Like I said, it's only September. Uh, you never know. We might see Liverpool might be a different team comes March next year,
Yep.
or Chelsea might be on a hot run, or Inter Milan or AC Milan. You never know. Pulisic might put the team on his back and make things happen. You never know what's gonna happen. So it's early, so we'll see what's gonna happen. And I can't wait. And Football Unfiltered is gonna be right there with you guys along the way to kind of break down that journey. Hey, before we go, I like the shirt you're wearing, man. Where'd you get that shirt, man?
Well, I got this from my boy, Coach, and that's his company, Fit Dad. Guys, this is one of the best shirts out there. If you're a dad and you're thinking about working out, you want to work out, you just want to wear it casually, go ahead. Coach, put your link onto the podcast here, so any of our future customers or future dads can get it. If you have a brother or you have a dad or anyone or your husband, go ahead and buy him that shirt. Those are very comfortable shirt. It's sponsored here. I mean, Under Armour, he's right there. It's an Under Armour Fit That shirt, so I love it. Makes me feel special about myself, and I think I look good in it, man. What do you think?
Yeah, you look good at it, man. And for like you said, if anybody wants to go get that shirt, go to www.fitthatcommunity.com and rock that shirt like Alain Levy is rocking it. Really good, man. I love it, man.
I
Yeah,
love
you
it,
ready?
man. It's a nice shirt. It's a nice shirt. Very comfortable. Go out with it. Trust me, you're gonna turn some heads.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. Ale, thank you again for your time. It's always fun. We had a great time. Always have a great time doing it. I like when we. It's always that little rivalry between Argentina and Brazil going on. Now it's not even that. Now we have the college rivalry now
Yes.
between Miami and Florida State. So it's
Yeah.
always fun. It's always fun between us. Hey, I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you for everything you do, and I'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Coach. Have a great weekend. Great week,
Uh,
man.
All right,
Blessing.
thanks.